With just 64 days to go before the election, the sprint to the finish is in full swing today. Vice President Kamala Harris and Governor Tim Walz are wasting no time flooding the zone with a flurry of campaign events across the battleground states, using this Labor Day to make their case to union voters and organized labor. Vice President Harris kicked things off in Detroit, flanked by Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer and two of the most powerful voices in organized labor, Shawn Fain of the United Auto Workers and Randi Weingarten of the American Federation of Teachers.
We celebrate unions because unions helped build America, and unions helped build America's middle class. It is true across our nation, and it is true here in Detroit. For generations in Detroit and across our nation, the brothers and sisters of labor have stood together to righteously demand fair pay, better benefits, and safe working conditions. And let me say, every person in our nation has benefited from that work. Everywhere I go, I tell people, look, you may not be a union member. You better thank a union member for the 5-day work week. You better thank a union member for sick leave. You better thank a union member for paid leave. You better thank a union member for vacation time. Because what we know is when union wages go up, everybody's wages go up. When union workplaces are safer, every workplace is safer. When unions are strong, America is strong. But what we know is as we fight to move our nation forward, Donald Trump intends to pull us back to the past. But we're not going back. We are not going back.
Meanwhile, Governor Tim Walz is taking that very same message to union workers and labor leaders in Minnesota and Wisconsin today. We'll show you some of his remarks when they happen. And this is just part one, the start of their battleground blitz on this Labor Day, because at this hour, Vice President Kamala Harris is en route to Pittsburgh, where she and President Joe Biden, a native son of Pennsylvania and a staunch supporter of labor unions, will join forces on the campaign trail for the very first time since President Joe Biden's history-making decision to bow out of the presidential race and endorse his vice president, Kamala Harris. They will be joined today by Pennsylvania's powerhouse governor, Josh Shapiro. We'll bring you those remarks a little later in the program when they get underway live. But make no mistake, this orchestrated power play for blue-collar voters and labor union households, a play that involves calling on some of the most talented and powerful and effective voices in the Democratic Party, well, it stands in stark contrast to what's happening on the other side. The events of the disgraced, twice impeached, 4 times indicted ex-president. He has decided to spend his Labor Day in Mar-a-Lago. And notably, as the New York Times reports, Trump's campaign calendar for, quote, the first half of the week is not yet clear, end quote. 64 days until the election, Mr. Trump, tick-tock. It's where we start the day with some of our favorite experts and friends. Former Republican Congressman, MSNBC political analyst David Jolly's here. Also joining us, Professor of History at NYU, Ruth Ben-Ghiat is back. With me at the table for the hour, distinguished political scholar and professor at Princeton University, Eddie Glaude is here. Eddie, I start with you because we watched that. It was just about 2 minutes from Vice President Harris's clip together. She is strong and getting stronger. I have always been a fan of her retail political skill set. I thought when she launched her event, and political historians will write their own history of her sort of lifespan as a candidate, but I have always been impressed by her political talents. She gets stronger every day. And I've seen her give this stump speech. It sort of always happens to be when I'm on the air, so I've had the benefit of getting to watch a lot of her events live. She is just, she's just very good at this.
She's getting better and better, and I think it has a lot to do with what it feels like to be unscripted, even though she is. So the more she gives the stump speech, the more comfortable she is with the content, with what she's saying. She's improvising in and around the hit lines, and you can feel the emotion that she's bringing to the table. So it's really, really wonderful to see a political figure evolve as we've had a chance to witness from 2010 to, I've known her even when she was AG in California to now. So it's really, really powerful to witness in some ways.
You know, and this is, I mean, David Jolly, since this campaign started, the Harris campaign, she is a campaign within a political phenomenon. I mean, we can cover the polls as though it's some clinical exercise, but the reason she's up every week is because there's something happening in the country, and you see it in your normal life, and then and I think especially I was away last week, and so I sort of saw it in my regular life. People who don't necessarily watch what I do every day, but that I know in my normal life. I'm sure we all have these people in our lives who are only mildly interested in what we do 24/7, election year, non-election year, have questions about what's going on. They have heard about this Harris-Walz ticket. And I think when you then zoom in and watch an event, you can see why there is something happening on this Democratic side.
Oh, that's right, Nicole. Vice President Harris finds herself leading a new political movement in the country, and people are doing it because they believe in her. They're doing it because of her message about optimism and looking forward and not going back. They're doing it because they feel confident in a vessel, in someone that can beat Donald Trump, that perhaps when they looked at Joe Biden previously, they couldn't. But I also think they see, today's a perfect example, a remarkable contrast between the candidates. I mean, I actually love this kind of holiday, Labor Day setup that we're looking at between Harris and Trump. First, the optics of Donald Trump sitting like little Richie Rich, or I guess old Richie Rich, at the golf club in Palm Beach that he owns. Not just that he's a member of, that he owns. He's sitting there by himself ringing his bell for Diet Coke. Vice President Harris is out there with raucous crowds of working class voters across the country. And the other contrast that we seem to often lose in the Trump years is that there actually are policies that matter, right? Donald Trump says, I'll be the most pro-union president you've ever seen, while also knifing unions in the back because he doesn't understand the policy. The truth is, Republicans of the past could at least articulate their reasoning for what you call right-to-work laws, which don't allow compulsory union membership to get a job. You see higher income, but you see lower wages. You see higher executive pay, more payout to shareholders, not to workers. Vice President Harris, Joe Biden, they support the right to organize, which says, no, if you're going to participate in a trade economy often, that you are going to join a union, and those unions are going to protect your benefits and give you higher wages. You're going to see higher wages. Vice President Harris and Joe Biden can have those policy conversations where Donald Trump doesn't. And the reason it matters, not just for the opportunities for working class voters that are there with Vice President Harris, but despite all of the political movement and enthusiasm behind Vice President Harris, the fundamental foundational strategy today that still will decide this election is the blue wall strategy in Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. Even though we've seen the numbers continue to grow for Vice President Harris, those states are still up for grabs, and without them, the vice president doesn't win the White House. She's putting in the work today. Donald Trump's sitting at his golf course.